Hi there, welcome to my channel. This is Natalie with Crochet by Natalie Lucille, and today I'm going to show you how you can make this unique crochet stitch. And how it's crocheted, it comes out very spongy and squishy and thick, and I absolutely love it. I made this cowl and decided, okay, I like this stitch, so I'm going to also crochet some leggings. So I did two of these and absolutely love it. Now it can be a little bit on the intermediate level, but I think anybody can do this. You will need two colors of yarn and a crochet hook any size. I'm just using a worsted weight, kind of a spongy, not quite bulky, but more of a worsted weight yarn. And I am using a size, I believe this one's a 6.5 millimeter hook, just because it is worked in two strands of yarn. So we're going to start with color A. And what you'll want to do is crochet a multitude of 6, and then when you get to the number you want, add 4. Now I'm making another cowl, so I am chaining 24 plus 4. And you can make this as wide as you want. You can make a scarf, a blanket, leggings, ear warmers, arm warmers. You can make all kinds of stuff with this unique stitch. And once you reach your desired number, add 4. We're going to be working with double treble crochets and chains. So once you master that, you can do this easily. So you're going to work your first double treble crochet in the 6th chain from the hook. The first 5 of that chain we consider that a double treble crochet. So you're going to yarn over 3 times, insert, yarn over and draw up so you have your loops on your hook. Draw over, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through 2, and yarn over, draw through 2. That's a double treble crochet. It's just hard to say. So yarn over 3 times and you'll work another double treble in the next chain hump, I guess you would call it. So this will be considered your first group of 3 double trebles. So the first, second, and third. Chain 3. Skip 3 chains and work a double treble crochet into the next chain. And I try to hold my yarn when I do my videos kind of best I can without it flipping or turning or my hands getting in the way. And this video was a challenge. I'm just going to say it was a challenge. You'll see. But you'll get this. You'll definitely get it. So there's your first double treble. Work a second double treble into the next chain space. And I have to say, after you've worked the first maybe 2 rounds, it feels wonky, but after that it repeats itself over and over and over, and then you'll get the hang of it and your yarn won't be so cumbersome or awkward. Work a double treble into the next chain, so you'll have a group of 3 double trebles in these chains. Chain 3, and you're going to continue this on the row all the way to the very end, and you should have 3 chains left over. So you'll skip your 3 chains, work 3 double trebles, chain 3, skip 3, so until you reach the end. And so you can see that there are 3 chains that are left. Now we're going to switch to our color B. Pull up a loop, and you're going to flip your work upside down. So now we're going to essentially be working this row onto the bottom of the row that you just worked. So you just turn it upside down. And you're going to work your double treble crochets into the first chain 3. So just attach your color B, and you're going to chain 5, which will represent a double treble stitch. Into the next chain, work a double treble, and you'll work one more double treble into the next chain. So you'll have your groups of 3s. So you'll be chaining 3s, double treble 3s. Then after you work this, chain 3. And you'll come to your first chain 3 from your color A, and you're going to work into the stitches. So you'll double treble crochet into each stitch, not around the chain, but through each stitch. Your next double treble into the next stitch of the chain. And honestly, the first, I guess it is the first 3 rows are pretty wonky because it will not repeat like this. This just gets you your foundation started. And once your foundation is started, your all your rows will start repeating. And this is the third double treble in that chain stitch. So this is what your work would look like so far. So go ahead and chain 3, and then you'll just keep working into the chains from the previous row. And that's what your work should look like. Chain 5, which represents your first double treble of the row. So work a double treble into the next stitch. And another double treble. And then you want to pull up your color A, and you're going to anchor your stitch. So we're going to insert into the top of the chain 5, and you're going to pull through color A to color B, and you're going to work a regular double treble. So that when you insert and attach that first double treble, it anchors it and also creates, it kind of moves the pattern along almost to the side, so it creates this over the top diagonal into each stitch. Now you're going to be working your color A and color B together, and the way that you do this is I insert my thumb past the third double treble of the color B and into the chain 3 of color A. It just, you'll see, chain 3. And now, see, I insert my thumb so I know that I'm working into the correct space, because you kind of have to move your color B over just a little bit. So you're going to double treble into the first stitch and then through the chain 3 of color A. And then you'll just work your way up. Let me try that again. I lost my string or my yarn. So you're going to insert into the first stitch, go through the back, which is the chain 3 space, and work a regular treble. I'll explain that again because I'm not sure. I think I got a little tongue-tied on that one, so we'll try that again. So you'll work a double treble into the stitch, but you're also working it into the chain 3 space of your color 1. You see how I have my thumb through there, so I know I'm not going to miss my stitch. So you insert into the stitch itself and through the chain 3 of color A. And then you just work your regular double treble. And I'll keep trying to make it as visually clear as possible. So I insert my thumb into both so I know I'm in the right stitch. So work your treble. You're going into the third treble and also into the chain 3 of your color A. So the colors that I'm using, my gray is considered my color A, my white is considered, or the cream is considered color B. So that's what your work should look like. See, once you've anchored it in the very beginning, it kind of pulls everything to the side so you're working and it has a diagonal effect. Go ahead and chain 3. Find your next 3 double trebles and your chain 3 space of your color A. So I insert my thumb into that space so I know I'm working in the right area. So work your treble. You're going to go into the first double treble, go through that chain 3 space, and you're going to pull it through. So it attaches these 2 colors together. And this is also, remember, we're still working the foundation. So work your next double treble into the second stitch there and go to the back. That means it's through the chain 3 space. And this is where I messed up a little bit. You'll see it, but it actually works out in the end. I should have done 3 double trebles, but I only did 2. I kind of lost count there for a second. So keep working like normal. So find your 3 trebles in your color B and put your thumb through that as well as the chain 3 space. You don't have to, but this is just how I mark mine. I have to use either auditory clues, like I'll use A, B, C, or I use visual clues, which is my thumb in a specific place. So I know that I'm going in the right area. So you're working your second double treble and you work it through the chain 3 space in the back as well. And then work a double treble into the top of that first chain 5, which is a double treble, and then continue through that chain 3 space as well. That way it connects the yarns together. And that completes your row. And it should look like this. That's the goal, isn't it? And now you want to draw up a loop because we're going to work with color A. So I'm trying to keep my yarn straight so you can easily see what I'm working with, and it can kind of get a little wonky at times, but this is really the only time it gets wonky is during the foundation rows. In this row, you're wanting to fold your work over, and it'll make sense in just a second. So working with color A, chain 5, and that counts as your first double treble. Work a double treble into the next stitch. and work one more double treble into the next stitch. Chain 3. In just a second, you'll chain 3. So you're going to be working through the stitches again. So it connects the yarns together. So there's your chain 3 space, and here's your stitches in the front that you'll work through. And of course I put my thumb in there to make sure that I am crocheting in the right area. So chain 3, and I don't know if y'all can hear it. I have my dogs on the bed with me and they're snoring. So double treble into the first stitch and then go through to the back where your thumb is in that chain 3 space. Yarn over and pull up and then work that treble. Work your next double treble into, here's your stitches that you'll work through. So go into the second one and then go through to the back where that chain 3 space is and pull up so your yarns are together. And you'll do one more in this set of 3. Gotta put my thumb in. Like I said, you don't have to do the thumb. It just helps me. Chain 3. And you'll come over to your next set, which is supposed to be, in my color B, there's supposed to be 3 there. And I just now realized as I was doing it, I was like, I think I only have 2. But, mistakes are made, but it works itself out. So you're going to work your double treble into the first stitch and work into that chain 3 space. And work your next treble into the next stitch. You can see the stitch and you go right through the back of that chain 3. And that's why I also put my thumb through there, because I'm holding those 2 together. And I want to make sure that I don't skip something or miss it like I did going with the first round, but that's okay. So go into that third stitch with a double treble through to the back and work that treble. And you're just going to continue this, repeating down this row. So you'll chain 3. Oops, I realized I was like, wait a minute. You don't chain 5, you chain 3. I'm not thinking. I was thinking I was at the end. Y'all, I'm just now getting over pneumonia. So my brain is still not quite there, but I spent my time recovering from it, making the cowl and the leg warmer. So it has been an interesting 10 days. So I'm now on the road to recovery, and I'm glad that I'm able to share this with you. So we're almost to the end of our row. Continue working your double trebles, and it looks like there's one more to make. Just into the stitch and up. So really everything's in sets of 3s. If you just remember that. 3 trebles, 3 chains. So now you're at the end, and your work should look like this, except for there's my 2. Ignore it. Not everything can go as planned. So now we're going to work on the next row. So chain 5. and you will work a double treble into the next stitch. And this is your anchoring stitch, so you'll put your hook through the stitch, go to color B, and insert into the top of that chain 5, and then just yarn over, draw through, and then work the double treble as normal. Now I only anchor on the one side, I don't anchor on the other. You can, I just don't. There's no real reason, I just don't. Chain 3, and then you're going to kind of maneuver your double trebles in front of the chain 3 of the other side. I insert my thumb just to know that I'm going to be crocheting in the correct place. Insert into the stitch and in the chain 3 space and work your double treble. And then into the next stitch and chain 3 space. And then just continue all the way down. That's what your work should look like. This is where it's going to start repeating. So we're going to switch colors. So draw up a loop from color A, and now insert your hook into the loop of color B. And this is where everything starts repeating. So you're going to chain 5. Whenever you change colors, this is what you'll be starting out with. So you'll chain 5, double treble in the first 2 stitches, chain 3, and flip your work color A, that work, fold it down. Once you get all the yarn kind of in front, it helps a little bit. You just fold it down. And open it where you are working into the stitches. Of course, there's my 2, so I have to make an extra stitch in that one because I only had 2 instead of 3. So you want to double treble like normal, go into your stitch and your chain 3 space. And let's say you mess up and you've only had 2 double trebles instead of 3, just go back into that same stitch and work another double treble. It doesn't mess up the pattern, I promise. And then work your next double treble into the stitch and the chain space. And you're going to keep working this all the way across where you chain 3. Then work your way over, find your chain 3 space from the other row, your 3 stitches. Put your thumb in if that's what helps you. It helps me just to kind of keep it together because you can see how it can you might put your hook into the wrong stitch. So, I need to redo that. I put my hook only into one of the, like the front loop instead of both loops. So, that was kind of loose, but it still works. Double treble into the next and the chain 3 space as well. And then double treble into the third as well as that chain 3 space. chain 3, your work is still folded down. There's my set of 3. Put it right in front of that chain 3 space and work the double treble into the first stitch, the second, as well as the chain 3 space, and the third, as well as the chain 3 space. And then chain 5 and turn your work. This is where we're going to anchor. So work your double treble into the next stitch, which is the second stitch, that is. And now we're going to anchor, so get ready for your double treble insert, and then insert into the top of the first chain 5. Sometimes it can be a little wonky. Yarn over and draw through everything. Chain 3. And then line up your work, put your thumb in, and double treble through the stitch and the chain 3, and you're going to do that 3 times. And honestly, this is the repeat. You change colors, you do the row with the fold down, you come up, do the next row with the anchor, switch colors. The next row you fold down, next row you anchor, switch colors. So that is the entire repeat. You just repeat the same 2 rows over and over and over, and all you have to do is just switch the colors. And you just continue out to the end of the row. Now, I wanted to show you something as how to end your work once you're done. So once you change your colors, go ahead and work the row with the fold down, and I'll show you here in just a second. Again, you're working the row that has the fold down. I don't know what else to call it, a fold down row. What would you call it? Row 1? But it's just, like I said, I have to have the visual cues. It just helps as a memory thing. And so, of course, you chain 3, fold your work towards you. Fold it 2. And then kind of open the spaces a little bit so you see your stitches and your chain 3, and you'll just continue working as you have been. Now you've finished that row, but let's say you want to finish entirely and you're done and you want to stitch together. This is the row that I would end on, is the fold down row, and I just chain 1 and I just kind of place my work together, and then I just have I kind of place it to where it's as best as possible put together. I don't know the right words to say. And then you just single crochet all the way across. I did that with the cowl and then sewed the two ends together. And then I also did it with the leg warmers, where I just single crocheted across the top. Now, there could be another way to do it, but that is just how I went ahead and finished it up. So thank you all for watching, and I hope that you were able to learn something today. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and if you have any ideas or comments or anything, go ahead and write to me. I guess if you want to get in touch, all that is in the description box. Thank you all, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I hope you've learned something new. Until then, bye.